When a cricketer plays for another country other than the country of his birth, it's not talking about that. But what if I tell you a certain Indian cricketing great has played for Scotland and he has represented them in 12 games? Yes, by the thumbnail of this video, you would have guessed it is Rahul Dravid. So let's take a look at the story on why did he play for Scotland and how well he did there. So let's dive into it. If you've been following Indian cricket from the 2000s, you should have heard about Rahul Dravid's name. He's one of the greatest ever batsmen to play for India and Scotland as well. He debuted for India in 1996 and retired in 2012. He has played more than 300 ODIs for India. He has captained the side. He was asked to open, he will open. If he is asked to bat down the number 3, number 4, number 5, he'll bat anywhere. He will bat happily wherever he wants. If he is asked to keep wickets, he will keep wickets as well. He was also known for his humble behavior and he's a role model for many of our aspiring cricketers even today. So many people know about his records in test matches and ODIs, but a lot of people don't know about his exploits for Scotland. So let's take a look at why he played for Scotland. So in 2003, the Scottish cricket landscape was just beginning and it was beginning from scratch. So the Scottish Cricket Union's chief executive was eager to recruit an international player, especially from India, so that it could gain more attention and it could give more experience and expertise to counter against strong oppositions. So the first offer was made to Sachin Tendulkar, one of India's greatest ever cricketers, but the Indian coach said to recruit Rahul Dravid. So when they presented him the offer, Rahul Dravid took it up without much of a thought. This was a big storm in the media. Everyone was questioning why he chose to represent the national team of Scotland. So he responded that with the bat. So his stay was 3 months in Scotland, and his stay was funded by a group of NRIs, non-residential Indians living in Scotland. They raised money through charity dinners. They raised about around £45,000, which was his 3-month contract playing for Scotland. He featured in 12 games, 12 international ODI games, and one was a tour game against Pakistan, which he got out to a first ball duck. In his debut for Scotland against Hampshire, he scored 25 of 41 deliveries, and when he got out, he looked very disappointed. So he clearly was not there to just enjoy his time. He actually wanted to contribute to the Scottish team. So Scotland eventually lost to Hampshire by 7 wickets, and in the tour game against Pakistan, he got to a first ball duck, caught behind of Shabir Ahmed, as Scotland were asked to bat against Pakistan, who won the toss. Scotland made 169 runs, but Pakistan, in typical Pakistan fashion, made a meal out of the chase, eventually squeaking through by just 1 wicket. Typical Pakistani stuff. And then they lost to Somerset by 1 wicket. Dravid made a magnificent 120 of just 97 balls. He made up for his first ball duck against Pakistan, but they were asked to chase 296 in their allotted 45 overs, but they just fell short, and Somerset eventually chased down that target. Dravid hit 10 fours and 3 sixes in this innings. Against Middlesex, Scotland lost by 112 runs. Dravid was dismissed for 6 runs, trapped in front of the wicket. And then Scotland lost to Nottinghamshire, even though Dravid played a sublime innings of 129 not out. Coming in the crease at 7 for 2, Dravid paced his innings masterfully. At 40 for 4, Scotland were in dire straits, but Dravid hit 14 fours and 4 sixes and countered attack on a wicket that offered generous assistance to the fast bowlers. Scotland finished with 222 for 7 in their 45 overs and were in the hunt for a while until Chris Cannis took the game away and Nottinghamshire won that game. And they lost to Durham by 114 runs. Shoaib Akhtar blew Scotland apart with 4 early wickets as Durham made 267 runs and Dravid made only 5, even though he evaded Shoaib's menace. The 5th man out with Scotland's score just on 6 for 5. Scotland's lower order did put up a fight, but they were bowled out for 153 runs. And against Lancashire, he made a bright 26 of just 30 deliveries before being caught behind of John Wood, and Scotland eventually lost the game by 10 wickets. And then in another game, Scotland actually won a game. Yes, they won a game against Sussex. You heard me right. Dravid and John Kent chasing 270. Scotland added 57 for the first wicket before 3 wickets fell very quickly without an addition of run. Then Dravid and Kent steadied the ship, adding 167 runs before Dravid was out for 69 of 79 deliveries with 7 fours. Kent stayed unbeaten with 115 as Scotland won a historic game by 6 wickets. And then they once again started losing. They lost to Hampshire by 7 wickets. Just the previous day, Dravid and John Kent had won the game for Scotland, and they again added 103 runs to lift Scotland total to 225 for 5 in the 45 overs. And Dravid made 81 of 99 deliveries with 8 fours, but eventually Hampshire chased that total and won by 7 wickets. Scotland once again lost to Northamptonshire. Dravid scored a magnificent 114, his third century of the season, but just like his previous 200s, the target of 320 was way beyond Scotland's reach, and Scotland lost once again. Scotland lost once again to the same opposition, Northamptonshire, this time by 8 wickets. Dravid made 24 of 45 deliveries as Scotland batted first and was skittled out for 198. Northamptonshire did not make a meal out of this chase like Pakistan and won by 8 wickets in a comfortable fashion. In the last game for Scotland, Dravid made just one. His fellow overseas pro John Kent failed to reach double figures, and Scotland ended up with 191 in 31 overs. Sussex won the game by Duckworth Lewis method after rain stopped play, even though they were precariously placed at one stage. With 1 wicket in hand, Sussex needed 19 runs, but due to the Duckworth Lewis method, his last game didn't end well, and Scotland lost to Sussex by 1 wicket. So, in total, he played 12 games. He made 600 runs and at an average of 60. So Rahul Dravid didn't just go and play there for the money. He went there, he tried his best, he got 300s and led them to a win. So I say that's a pretty good effort. Fun fact, ICC's Men's Associate Cricket of the Decade, Kyle Coetzer, the former Scottish captain, was 19 years old at the time, and he was on the Scotland team which Rahul Dravid was part of. So there's the story of Rahul Dravid leading Scotland to their first win in the National Cricket League against Sussex. So he tried his best, but well, the quality of his teammates meant that he had his backs against the wall. But this incident truly shows how much he loved the game and how sincere and how humble he was. And he gave his best for the Scottish team, but in the end they just won one game. But it's fine. He tried his level best. So thanks for watching, and if you like this, do subscribe and do like this video and share it with your friends who might not know about this interesting stuff. And until a good video.